Britney Spears says that her dad, Jamie, is extorting her for $2 million. She has just filed new legal docs saying that Jamie is willing to get out of this conservatorship. And I'm presuming what they mean is get out early, because there is a date later this month, September 29th, when Jamie will almost certainly be stepping down as her conservator. He has already said that he is willing to step down. There's no question in my mind that on September 29th, Jamie's gone from the conservatorship. But what they seem to be saying in these new documents is that before September 29th, they want him out. They've already asked for that, and they were denied that. It sounds like what happened is they've been negotiating with Jamie for an early exit, and he's been asking for $2 million, according to them, as part of his severance deal, I suppose you could call it.
And we should say this $2 million that he wants, it's not that he's just going, at least according to him, he's not just going to take it and pocket this money. He says, look, I still have people I got to pay. I have lawyers, I have other employees of mine who have kind of worked in this conservatorship. I have to take care of them, and he believes Britney should foot that bill. And so,
you know, this is kind of the complication of this whole conservatorship, because Britney is mad at everybody and doesn't really want anybody paid. And I'm jumping to a conclusion here, but it seems like she's saying that this conservatorship has not served her well. She doesn't think she's been properly handled by the various lawyers involved, that the conservatorship's been going on too long. So it would seem that she has got issues with paying any of them, and therefore she's saying, look, that I shouldn't be paying them. Jamie's asking for this money as the only way of me getting out. She's calling that extortion. I don't think that's extortion. I think it's negotiation.
Yeah, Harvey, look, remember when Jamie said, I'm willing to step down, but I want an orderly transition. To Jamie, this is probably part of an ordinary a transition that will be orderly. One thing, though, that's zeroed in on in these docs by Britney, though, is the Tristar payment. Remember, Tristar was Britney's former business manager, and part of the dispute Britney had with her father is that when she took time off, Jamie paid them a fee on top of what they would ordinarily be paid. They were at a flat fee and wanted that ceiling to be higher.
What you're talking about with Tristar, this business management company, that honestly is going to become the core of the things that Britney brings up. We know a lot about this. And what you're talking about, Derek, is that Tristar got a percentage of Britney's income. I believe, my recollection, it was 5% of her income that she made when she was performing, and they made a ton of money. And when you get a percentage, you do it in the fat times and you do it in the lean times with that 5%. So sometimes you're going to be getting a fortune and sometimes you're going to be getting a little. Well, once Britney stopped performing, they were only getting a little. They got a lot for a long time, and then they only got a little. So Tristar went to Jamie and said, we want a minimum of $500,000. That seems odd, because you're supposed to take the good with the bad. Now they got the good, and now they're saying, we don't want to take the bad, we want at least 500. Jamie signed off on it. And that really enraged Britney and enraged others as well. And that was maybe the linchpin for this whole thing kind of unraveling.
Oh, I think that's right, Harvey. Look, it's a difficult job being a conservator and managing these business interests, though. And from Jamie's perspective, he's probably saying, look, I needed to keep that business manager happy so that when the times got good again, they'd be around to help manage her career. But you're right that all those deals are being questioned now. And some of these payments that he's asking for as he's out the door are going to be under the microscope. It's going to be a big part of this exit.
Yeah, and if we thought things were going to cool down, I mean, Britney, not only is she, but her attorney yesterday, too, he didn't pull any punches. We got a statement from him where he said, Jamie needs to stop making this about himself. This is about Britney. We need to end this and get him out of here.
And by the way, once he gets out, Matt Rosengart, the lawyer Brad just referred to, says it's not over, that he wants to take his deposition, wants to go over payments and whatnot. So it sounds like he may try to reclaim some of the money that was spent. That is certainly the direction it seems to be leading in. We don't know whether that will happen or not, but we know Matt Rosengart wants it to.
Hi, I'm O from Planet Rock, and I was legally emancipated from my family at 17, so I understand. This is heartbreaking. It's abuse of power on so many levels, and they need to right these wrongs. I'm sending love, healing, positive vibes. You got this, Britney. Stay strong, Mama.
And, you know, I do want to say one other thing. Look, there are a lot of issues with this conservatorship, for sure. But I do think you got to remember back in, 13 years ago, whatever Jamie has done wrong now, he saved her life 13 years ago because she was in real desperate trouble. That doesn't mean 13 years later everything's cool, because it's not. But I think you got to contextualize all of this stuff.